Video, the concept of organizing as well as the process of organizing we have discussed. As you know that meaning of organizing here refers to the arrangement of activities or arrangement of resources in orderly form so that you can make a effective utilization of resources in order to achieve the organizational objectives. So here the simple meaning of organizing here refers to the resources are arranged in an orderly form so that you can make utilization of those resources without any wastage, without any ambiguity. So why you are doing all these activities, why you are making all these arrangements, the only objective behind this organizing is ultimately achieving the organizational objectives. So in today's video we are going to discuss the importance of organizing. Why the performing the organizing function is important. Why function of organizing is very important. What is the need of organizing? So the performance of this organizing function pave way for smooth transition of enterprise in accordance with the dynamic business environment. So by performing the organizing functions, here the whole activity, whatever the activity we are performing in the organization, that activity we can perform in a smooth manner without any confusion, without any disturbance. We can perform the activities according to the dynamic business environment or predetermined objective or set objectives or predetermined plan. We can make an arrangement of these activities. That is why organizing is very important. Why? The first smooth functioning of the organization. The first importance of organizing is benefit of specialization. What is the benefit of specialization? So here benefit of specialization refers to in organizing every individual is assigned with a part of the total work. So here the total work is divided into the smaller unit. So those smaller unit is assigned to the specific individual. That person is going to perform those assigned tasks repeatedly on regular basis. By performance of the task regular basis, he will gain the experience. When he gain the experience, automatically his productivity going to increase. That is what the output is going to increase, and as well as the performance speed will also increase. This leads to the specialization in his activity. That is what the benefit of specialization. So benefit of specialization here refers to the total task is not given to the individual. Instead of that, the part of task, the part of work is assigned to the individual. This will also reduce the workload. So the workload will also reduce, and the same specific individual will perform a specific activity or specific job, and those job will perform by that particular person on regular basis. This will give him a experience. This leads to what? The productivity is going to increase. His performance is going to be increased, and the speediness in the his work will also increase. That is what one of the importance of organizing. The next is what? Clarity in working relation. Clarity in working relation. So clarity in working relationship. The next importance of organizing is clarity in working relationship. So here it helps in this organizing helps in creating the well-defined job and also clarify the limits of authority as well as the responsibility of each job. So under working relationship, what happens in organizing? In organizing helps. This organizing function helps in creating the working relationship. That is nothing but, so here each individual knows about his limit. That is what? The limit of his authority and the limit of his responsibility of the job, of the each job. So here, and also they are going to clearly define the object. Clarity in working relationship. By organizing, it helps in creating the well-defined jobs. So here, with the help of organizing, we are going to define the job. What is your job? What is my job? You can clearly well define, and also it helps in creating, and it also specifies or it also clarifies the limits of authority as well as the responsibility of each job. What is your authority? To whom you can command? That what is the extent of your authority as well as the responsibility of each job is clearly defined or clarifies. And also it will defines about the superior and subordinate relationship. It also says about who is your superior and what is your responsibility and who can command you. That is what the superior and subordinate relationship is also defined. And also this function will also defines or also establishes or also defines the lines of communication. The line of communication is nothing but who is to report whom, to whom you want, from whom you can get the orders, and to whom you can report your activities. That is what clarity in working. The third point is, the third importance is optimum utilization of resources. What is optimum utilization of resources? Nothing but effective utilization of the resources. So organizing leads to the proper usage of the resources. Organizing leads to the proper utilization of the resources. It may be a physical resource, or it may be a human resource, it may be a financial resources. Those resources can be made utilization in a best possible manner. So this organizing function will properly define the jobs for each individual. So this organizing function will define the job properly, which avoids the overlapping or duplication of work, and also it prevents or it minimizes the wastage of activities as well as the efforts. That is what optimum utilization of resources. So here you can make utilization of resources in best possible manner without making any the skill you needed in order to perform the work, that is clearly defines, and as well as the related duties. What are the related activities you have to be performed in a particular job, that is will also clearly states. And this helps in, so clarity about your job description will helps you or will avoid the confusion and duplication of work. Clarity in working relationship enables the proper execution of the work, which results in effective administration. So when you have a clarity about the working relationship, which enables you to perform the activities in an effective manner, and which enables the administration to perform their activities effectively. Importance is adoption to change. A well-defined, properly defined organizational structure should be in such a way that should be a flexible, or that should accommodate the changes that is caused in a business environment, or that is caused by the external factors of the business environment. So whatever the organizational structure you have designed, you have prepared, those organizational structures should be flexible, so that you can easily make an adjustment with the changes in a workload which is caused by the external factors of the business environment. It may be related to your technology, it may be related to your product, it may be related to your resources, or it may be related to the market. Whatever it may be the changes, that should be easily adopted in the organization. Such type of organizational structure should be designed. Next is what? Development of personnel. A sound organization encourages the initiative and related thinking from the part of the employees. So here employment participation will also encouraged by the organization. If your organization is sound organization, or if your organization is well defined, which encourages the employees to take a part in the management decision. And when the managers delegates their authority, that is what, when the managers delegates or give their authority, it will reduces their workload. Whose workload? The manager's workload. Those free time can be make utilization, or that time can be used in other related issues. The issues like in growth, or in maybe innovation. This also develops the subordinates' abilities to think. Okay, so they can make utilization of their skill, and as well as they can make utilization of their knowledge and potential to the full extent. So when the managers delegates or gives their authority, they get themselves free, or their workload will be reduced. Those free time they can make utilized in other related important issues. The issues like development of new product, or towards the growth of the organization, or towards the innovations. And even This delegation will result in the employees' ability to think will also increase, so they can make utilization of their potential to the fuller extent. Next is expansion and growth. So organization enables, it helps in growth as well as the diversification of the enterprises by deviating from its existing norm. By deviating from the existing norm, they can also think about adding of the new job position or introduction of new product or opening or expansion of their business, that is what establishing their business in new geographical territories or new product lines they are going to be produced. So with the help of the organizing, you can also expand your business organization as well as your growth, and as well as you can grow. That is what the importance of organizing. The next one is organizational structure. Organizational structure. The next topic we are going to discuss is the organizational structure. What organizational structure is? Organizational structure means what here? Chronological order, that is your building. So the resources are arrangement of your resources in a properly form. That is what the basic framework we can say. And what is organized structure? So this organization structure defines the relationship, specific pattern of relationship which is created during the process of organizing. During the process of organizing, specific pattern of relationship has been defined, that is called as organizing. The properly or well-defined organizational structure will increase the profitability for the organization. When your organization structure is well-defined, properly defined, then automatically the profitability of the organization is going to be increased. The need of organizational structure is adequate for those organizations which are experiencing growth in the form of size or in the form of diversification or in the form of the complexity. So the organization structure should be adequate for those organizations whose organization are expecting to grow in the future, or those organizations who are facing some complexity. So, and those organizations who are not focusing on the growth, they can experiencing the stagnant in the organizational structure. So they are not going to give much focus on the organizational structure. Those organizations who are not focusing on the growth. So those who are not focusing on the growth and those who are not facing any complexity, they will not going to change the organizational structure. But those organizations which are experiencing growth in the future days or which are facing severe competitions, they should have an adequate organizational structure. So one of the famous author says, that is what? Peter F. Drucker. He emphasized the importance of having the proper or adequate organizational structure. He says organizational structure is indispensable. So he says organizational structure is indispensable. Indispensable. So Peter F. Drucker, he says the importance of having the appropriate organizational structure. He says that he gives importance that organization structure is indispensable. Organization structure is indispensable or necessary. Necessary means, it is a necessary means. Wrong structure or wrong organization structure will seriously impair the business performance and even it can destroy it. What he is saying, organizational structure is necessary. If the organizational structure is not properly defined, not properly designed, then your business performance is going to be impaired. That is what? It will weaken your performance, or it will reduces your performance. And even this, if your organizational structure is wrongly established or wrongly defined, then even it will destroy your business. That is what the Peter F. Decker is saying. So what exactly the definition of organizational structure? Organizational structure may be defined as, it is defined as a framework within which managerial and other operational activities are being carried out. So here organizational structure refers to, it is a framework. It is a framework. Within that limitation, the managerial activities as well as operational activities are being performed. That is what the organization structure is. This organizational structure will also specifies the relationship between the people, the relationship between the work and the resources. This organizational structure will specifies the relationship between the people, that is human resources, between the human resource as well as the resources, physical resources, and also it specifies or it allows the coordinal relationship. It is also coordination among the human as well as physical and financial resources, which enables business enterprise to accomplish their objectives. So this organizational structure not only specifies the relationship between the people, work and relation, it also coordinates, it also correlates, it also allowed to coordinate or correlated with the human resources, physical resources, financial resources, so that the organization can easily achieve its organizational objectives. So this is what the structure of organization. The first comes to the top level management, that is what the CEO. Under this we have MD, managing director, and again we have different managers, depends upon the departments in the organization. That is what the manager or superior of department 1, that is what department is called as a production department, you can think. This is a manager of finance, this is a manager of a purchasing department, whatever you want you can think it. This is what the, and under these managers we will have foremanship, and again under the workers are performing the activities. This is what the structure of organization. So in organizational structure we have span of management. This is very important question. Span of management, this is very important question. This question may be asked for the 2 marks. 2 marks they may ask. What is span of management or span of control, they may ask. So what is exactly the span of management in relationship with the organizing? In relationship with the organizing, this span of management a large extent give the shape to the organizational structure. The span of management will helps to structure your organization. It will give the idea to structure your organization. So exactly what is the meaning of management, span of management? So it refers to the number of the workers, the number of subordinates that can be effectively managed by the superior. So here the number of workers which is managed by the individual, that is what your superiors. Think that it is a superior, that is your manager, and this is the workers. These are the workers. So the superior is going to manage the number of workers. The span of management is nothing but it refers to the number of subordinates which are effectively managed by the superior. So here each individual, each worker will get the order from the one superior, and each individuals are responsible to report only one superior. That is what a span of management. Again I am telling, span of management means what? It refers to the number of subordinates or number of employees or number of workers which is effectively managed by, or controlled by only one superior. Only one superior is going to control the number of workers. This superior is going to control the number of subordinates, and subordinates are responsible to the, are accountable to the superior, only one superior. So again we have here narrow span of management, narrow span of management, as well as wider span of management. Wider span of management. In span of management, we have two types. One is narrow span of management, another one is wider span of management. In narrow span of management, here one superior is going to manage only few workers, only few subordinates. That is called as a narrow span of management. Say one or two subordinates, or one or two or more than two workers or subordinates are managed by the only one superior. This span of management, narrow span of management, give the shape of tall organizational structure. Give the shape of tall organizational structure. So here narrow span of management here refers to the only two or only few subordinates are managed by or controlled by the superior. This narrow span of management will give the shape of tall structure, tall organizational structure. Wider span of management here refers to the more than two or more number of subordinates are controlled by the management. This wider span of management will give the flat organizational shape, flat organizational structure shape. The wider span of management will give. So wider span of management is nothing but more than two people or more than two subordinates are being managed by the only one superior. This wider span of management will give the shape of flat organizational structure. Narrow span of management will give the shape of tall organizational structure. This is what the organization structure is. So the next video we are going to discuss about the types of organizational structures. Thank you.